Not whether they are making enough money, but rather how they are spending it is problem. Most of the people who are considered broke are actually in a high-paying job. Because financial literacy is so widespread, a lot of us live our lives not knowing what to do with our money. This changes today. These guidelines will assist you in achieving the lifestyle of financial abundance you deserve. Hi, and welcome to the Wisdom Mentor channel. If you're new, welcome. We focus on self-improvement, money-making habits, and money-managing tips. Consider subscribing to our channel to get posted on regular videos like this. Number 1. Set your priorities straight. Earning and saving money merely to make and save money is pointless. Goals are necessary. This will spur you to put forth more effort. Consider your goals as checkpoints on a map. You have marked your final destination, but are still making progress towards it. You should determine the steps you need to do to make however much you need while keeping in mind your existing financial situation. Make sure your goals are a solid balance of short and long term, and every month assess your progress. The fact that you now have a specific goal in mind will motivate you to save more and spend less. Number 2. Surrender to the cards you were dealt with. A complete view of your money is necessary. This includes determining your assets and the types of liabilities you have, with the latter being something you want to avoid. Although it could seem intimidating at first, it's simple to find free websites and apps that can do all the labor-intensive tasks. Depending on the financial objectives you have, these websites can assist you to figure out where you're wasting money or where you need to spend more. You'll be astonished to learn how much money you can save immediately. Additionally, you can speak with a financial expert who can direct you toward your objective of financial independence. Number 3. Break the barrier, or grow by going. We get very at ease with whatever we have since we are creatures of habit. This is even though we sense, or rather know, that there is something significantly better waiting for us. It takes a lot of mental and physical fortitude to step outside of our comfort zone. Many people give up just by contemplating the difficulty. Challenges must be met head-on. You can only spend so much money and make so much of a difference in your life by continuing to live as you currently do. Look for new chances and projects and take a chance. Show yourself that you dare to achieve your goals. Number 4. Track your expenses. A budget is a necessary stage towards success. Without it, you'll be more likely to frivolously squander your money. Write down your monthly income and then add multiple columns for the payments you must make. You can use automatic payments for several of these categories. In our opinion, they are a lifesaver because they spare you the stress of wondering whether you paid the rent this month or not. But you also have less cash on hand to spend. A budget will also show you where you're wasting money, such as on recurring takeout dinners or multiple streaming subscriptions. A budget is one technique to maintain the discipline needed to achieve financial freedom. With this said, it's better to know where your money goes so you can monitor what to cut down. Number 5. Cut down expenses. This brings up the earlier budgeting discussion topic. You might be surprised to learn about some of your thoughtless spendings when you gain a clear understanding of where your money is going. You should enjoy your money, so a little indulgence now and then is acceptable, as is the occasional coffee date. However, you must be aware of areas where you must significantly reduce spending. Nobody can tell you where to make savings, because it depends on your individual goals. But it is true that you should cease any impulsive or extra budgetary spending right away. Your budget has two primary categories of expenses: fixed and variable. Things that cost the same each month are known as fixed expenses, such as your rent or auto loan. Flexible expenses include things like groceries and gas that change from month to month. You must consider both categories of costs if you want to save as much money as you can. Since fixed costs are some of the largest budget items, you may frequently save more money by reducing them. For instance, saving money on rent by $300 a month will be considerably more beneficial than cutting back on a couple of coffees each month. You are permitted to go on the occasional coffee date. After all, you should enjoy your earnings. Number 6. Do not spend more than you make. Although it seems like we are constantly being advised to do this, it is usually always easier said than done. It's not necessary to change everything in your life, from a new home to a new phone cover, just because your wage increased by a few $1,000s. Keep in mind that you are playing a long game. Avoid allowing fleeting temptations to pull you away from your long-term financial objectives. This is why you need a budget. You'll know exactly what you're spending your money on, and you'll know where you're going in the end. Number 7. Do not bury yourself by faking your lifestyle. If you're spending money to impress others, you alone are to blame for your financial disaster. To put it as frankly as possible, stop spending time with people who are little you, and avoid watching shows or following influencers that do the same. The simplest way to dig yourself into a financial hole that will take you decades to escape is to spend beyond your means. The majority of them that live extravagant lives that you see online aren't even able to support themselves. They depend on short-term rentals and sponsorships to get by. All of it is a facade. Number 8. Have a safety net. When things happen, you must defend yourself. Your sound financial foundation can prevent you from falling into a bad financial trap. You may prevent crises from occurring by setting aside money for unforeseen expenses. You can have a financial disaster if you don't establish an emergency fund. Whatever your income, as long as 10% of it is set aside consistently for emergency savings, it doesn't matter. consider it as paying yourself and protecting your assets in the event of any unanticipated demands or emergencies. Number 9. Report your finances. It takes time to properly manage your finances. Regular schedules are beneficial. Examine your financial condition periodically during the year. This includes your income, spending, savings, and net worth. Additionally, monitor your credit report to spot errors or learn what could harm your credit score overall. Keep in mind that this affects the interest rates you pay on loans and credit cards. Utilize these check-ins to assess the status of financial objectives and to see if any budget items require future revision. It's possible that your objectives have altered, in which case your spending should adjust accordingly. Lastly, number 10. Save for your retirement. There's a quote that the Wisdom Mentor team loves to remember. The best time to start was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. You are young. Good news. This is your prime, so you might not buy into the idea of saving for your retirement, but trust us that the earlier you start, the better. If you are unable to establish a retirement fund, it will be difficult to do this. Only about 40% of your salary is replaced by Social Security benefits, and many employers no longer provide pensions. According to research, the majority of people just think about how to manage their present debt and don't think about their retirement plans. Because payments are taken out of your paycheck on a regular basis, workplace retirement plans like 401 accounts can be a good location to save for retirement. Some firms are decent enough to match their employees' retirement benefits, increasing them even more. These accounts also qualify for tax benefits. A Roth 401 account is funded with after-tax money, but returns withdrawn in retirement are tax-free. Traditional 401 contributions are tax-deductible. Well, that's everything you need to know. For more tips like these, make sure you are subscribed and notified of every video. What other topics would you like us to talk about? Leave it in the comments down below. As always, from the Wisdom Mentor team, be great.